Amaia had taken the summer contract to run a flock of 300 ewes up into the high Pyrenean pasture. Above Iraty, alone, the way solo shepherds had always done the transhumance season. She had no family tie to the land, no history with the valley below. Just a hired job, good pay, and a small stone hut with a wood stove and a radio that only worked at certain angles. The old rancher who'd hired her had mentioned, almost as an afterthought while loading the truck, that some of the shepherds up that way left a bit of bread out at the Treeline each night. An old habit, harmless, and she could do it or not as she liked. She hadn't liked bread was bread, and she wasn't in the business of feeding foxes. The first ewe went missing on her 9th night up there. No blood, no wool caught on brambles. No tracks in the soft ground at the pasture edge which should have shown something. Wolf, bear, anything. Just one less animal in the morning count. She set up her trail camera that evening, more out of professional habit than fear, angled toward the tree line, where the flock grazed closest to the dark trunks of the old forest. 2 more ewes disappeared over the following week, always on nights she'd been too tired or too irritated to bother with the bread. She noticed the pattern before she wanted to admit she'd noticed it. Pulled the footage after the 3rd loss and sat in the hut scrolling through hours of grainy green night vision. Sheep breathing, grass moving in wind. At 2:14 a.m. on the night she'd lost the 3rd ewe. Something crossed the very edge of the frame. Not a wolf, too tall, too broad through the shoulders, gone from the frame in under a second, but long enough that she paused it and paused it again, and stared at a shape she had no honest word for. Hair covered, upright, easily twice her own height, moving through the tree line like it belonged there completely. She didn't sleep well after that. She also, that evening, without quite admitting to herself why, tore a heel off her bread ration and set it at the tree line before dark. No ewe went missing that night, none the next, either. She kept doing it after that, not out of belief. She told herself, just because the flock count stayed whole when she did, and didn't when she skipped it. And a shepherd who ignores data that clean doesn't stay a shepherd for long. The real test came 3 weeks later. On a night the sky had gone strange and heavy by sunset, the air pressing down with the particular stillness that precedes bad weather. She'd left the bread out as usual and gone to bed, only to be woken past midnight by a sound that didn't belong to any animal she knew. A deep, rolling roar, twice, from somewhere close to the tree line, low enough that she felt it in the floorboards before she consciously heard it. She was up and moving before she'd finished deciding to the flock, penned loosely for the night. Was already stirring, ewes bunching together, the way they did before a storm. She got the gate open and drove them hard into the stone-walled fold behind the hut, hands raw on the crook, ewes shoving past her in the dark. The storm hit 20 minutes later, hard enough to strip branches off trees at the tree line, hail loud enough on the hut roof that she couldn't hear herself think. It would have caught the flock entirely exposed in open pasture if she hadn't moved them when she had. In the morning, the trail camera had caught nothing more than wind-blown branches and the tail end of the storm. But the strip of ground at the tree line where she left the bread was bare and clean, swept to almost no crumbs, no wrapper, nothing. And a little further along, pressed into mud, the storm hadn't yet washed out. One print, wider and deeper than any boot she owned. She finished the season without losing another ewe. She still leaves the bread out every night she's up there now, storm coming or not, and she stopped bothering to ask herself whether that makes her careful or just changed.